What's up, my friends? There are two things that I think you need to know about this macronutrient scale before you buy it. So watch the whole video to understand those two things thoroughly before you hit buy. But first, I just want to talk about some of the features on this scale and what it is that I love about it. So first off, it's a very thin scale. It takes very little room inside my cabinet. I could just put it up in there, kind of book style, and I forget that it's even there. I love that. It also has this really nice, let's see if I can get it without a reflection, this really nice LED backlit screen. The backlit is important to me. I've had a lot of scales. Not many of them have that backlit. I know it sounds silly. I'm not cooking in the dark or preparing my meals in the dark, but it just helps, especially if you get food or flour on that or something like that. It just helps to see the screen a little bit better. It also has a huge list of all the macronutrients that you could possibly need to know. And it couples with an app that I'm going to show you in just a second that's really simple to use and has so much useful information. The other thing that I love about this scale is it actually has the articulation for the scale in the feet. And instead of having a platform on top of it, which both makes it bigger and bulkier, this is just a nicer user experience having that in the feet rather than having a big platform on top of the scale. It takes 3 AAA batteries right here in the back, and they do come with the scale. All you have to do is pull a little plastic tab out and it's ready to go right from the beginning with a full battery. It has Bluetooth, it is Bluetooth enabled. So as you're using the scale, it interacts with your phone, which I'll show you in just a second. As far as buttons on the actual unit, there's a power button and a tame button right there. So basically I can put a bowl on here and then tame it out to 0 and then put my food in and give it the classification of the food that I'm measuring, and it will give me all of my macronutrients for that food. You also have a unit button. So the units that are available, right now it's on grams, but you also have milliliters, water milliliters, you have milk milliliters, you have ounces, and then you have pound ounces combined. So lots of options here for whatever units you prefer to work in, and that's really, really helpful. The other thing is minimal cracks around the unit. Now, that may sound weird, but that's something that I really think you ought to know as you shop for a scale that might work for you. Minimal spaces that food can get into and make this gross. Because if you're going to be putting food directly on it or even around it, it has the potential, any scale has the potential to get food down in those cracks. And this minimizes the opportunity for those kind of gross areas. It's fairly light. And it's really, I just love it. I also love the stainless steel finish. Very, very easy to clean when I need to clean it. So let's dive into how this thing actually works. So right here I have some strawberries, and I'm going to show you how we count our macronutrients with the app and with a specific food. So I'm going to pull you in closer, show you the screen, and show you my phone screen so that you can get a better understanding of how this thing works. Okay, so on my phone, I'm going to open up the app that comes with the actual unit, and there's a QR code that you can scan to download this app really easy. I'm going to open that up, and it's already on the scale, but if it didn't, I would add the device. That's really easy to follow. I've got the device added right here, so I'm going to go into the scale right here. So obviously right now on the scale it's showing weight because I tamed it out with weight on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to tame it out again and zero that out so that we know that we're measuring something that is accurate. And I'm going to put my phone screen up here on the screen as well so that you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a food. I'm going to search for a food, and I'm going to search for strawberries. They have a huge library of foods, so you can easily just find anything that's common. So I pull up strawberries, and you can see here that nothing's there. If I were to push on the scale, you can see the weight start to show up here. So I'm going to change the unit to grams because that's what I prefer to work in. And I'm going to take some of these strawberries. So I'm counting out my diet here, and I'm committed to having a certain amount of macros in a day of certain things like carbs or calories or whatever. And then I can just take the strawberries and I can throw them on the scale. And on the scale, you can see it's starting to give me all of the macronutrients. And also on my phone, if I say show me nutritional facts, it is also showing me all of my calories, my total fats, my cholesterol, my sodium, my potassium, carbs, protein, vitamin C or vitamin A, C, D, and calcium. So this is so helpful, especially when you're putting together meals and you don't know exactly what the macronutrients of the whole meal is. You can do it individually with each ingredient and do it right from your phone. And the cool thing about right from your phone is that you can save this as eaten, and it will track all of your macronutrients for the day or for that meal or for that item. All I would have to do is hit save. I'm not going to do that, so because I don't want it to save that for my record. So that's the simplest way. Now you can set up all kinds of other things in this thing, and there's a lot of settings you can use. You can use auto off, or you can change the auto off. You can name the device just in case you have multiples of them. You can also set nutritional goals, your food, your meal plan, and your meal logging reminder. So that's going to be notifications that remind you to put all your macronutrients into it. So my friends, as you can see, this is incredibly useful, very easy to use, and it's so cool that it communicates with the phone, so I can save everything that I measure out on this scale, and I hope you like it as much as we do. Peace.